Hi, Doug here from the Carnegie Science Center. Today we're taking you behind the exhibits. We're still working on the project called Pinball Falls, and now we're doing the electronics part of it. So we have these two boxes here that I built. These started out as just plain empty boxes, and drilled the holes, mounted the air filters on there. And if we take a look inside here, you can see the fan blowing air to keep everything cool. We have our 12-volt power supply here that runs in from our 120 volts coming in to our 12 volts out. And we have our 3 timers here, which I'll show you in a moment what those are for. And then we have our 3 control relays, 3 circuit breakers, and some outlets on the back. So the way this works, go ahead and close this up here. You'll see I have a light bulb here plugged into the back of it. And here is a button. I push that button in, the light goes out, that light comes on. And after about 5 seconds, the light will go out and that light comes back on. And that has to do with these timers inside. So I press that one, you can see it counting down here, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then that relay shuts off. So the point of these are, when you walk up to the exhibit to save power, it will be off and these buttons will be lit. When you press it, it'll turn on the blower or the pitching machine for that station for a set period of time. I think we're going to do about 10 minutes. After that 10 minutes is up and no one has pressed it, you can also press it to interrupt it and it'll keep going. The light will come back on and let you know that you need to press the button to start it back up again. We use light a lot for exhibits to indicate what the visitor should be doing. So like if the light went out, that means it's not going to do anything anymore. And once the light comes back on, it lets you know that you should be doing something with that button. Each one of these wires here you can see is marked. Marks with the left, the right, and then the center for the pitching machine. So we have those guys set up there. This is a 12 volt fan for a 12 volt system that's run inside here. And then this next box we have over here is for the pitching machine. So this one, open this guy up, has a fan in it as well. This one's 48 volt because we're using a 48 volt power supply in here. And I don't know if you remember from the video earlier, we 3D printed these little brackets here that hold these displays as well as the potentiometer on the side there for adjusting the motor speed. That runs up to these motor speed controllers here. You can see marked motor left and motor right. That control the 2 3-phase induction motors for the pitching machine, and that's these wires that come in here, and then our power comes in and our power distributed out through there. So this one also has the blocks here marked for motor right, motor left for connecting to the 3-phase motors in the field. I know how long to make all these wires because I took notes inside the cabinet when I was out at the fabrication shop of how long each wire needs to be for the push buttons as well as the interconnects between the two boxes because they'll be going side by side in the cabinet. So it's always helpful. This was for sound deadening, just trying to figure out the internal volume of it for soundproofing. How many cubic feet we had to order. So let me spin these around and show you the back. The reason I put filters on these is because they're inside a giant cabinet with filtered air, but with blowers. Just in case that filter collapses or gets dirty, we don't want that dust getting inside the electronics. So that's why these have separate filters, and they're metal too to kind of help eliminate any EMF noise coming in. On the back here, you'll see the power out and power in. So I have the power cord coming in here, which I'll show you in the next exhibit where that plugs in. And then this power goes out to the blower or the air assist for the pitching machine. Nice trick when you're working with an exhibit. If you buy an extension cord, you can just cut it, splice it, and this becomes your in and your outs. And then these go out to the motors. Back of this one's actually a little bit cooler to look at. I'm going to rotate it around here. You can see there's a lot going on back here. So I installed these recessed outlets that you can see here this light's plugged into, that the blower will plug directly into. The pitching machine box that we just talked about will plug into the center one here, and then the right blower onto that one. And then I also installed safety circuit breakers. So these will trip in the event of a short or a motor failure and won't blow the box internally. And then we have our motor wires going out for right, center, and left for your push buttons. And then you have your big, large Chunkus wire coming in here, 12 gauge, to power the whole exhibit. And again, those run out to the buttons, and everything's all labeled. And again, inside here, I have everything all labeled up real nice. So in operation, these two pieces will go side by side, and there'll be a blower in the middle here. And whenever you push the button for the pitching machine, it'll send power over to this guy through that power cord to spin up the motors. So that's those two power boxes there. And stay tuned whenever I get them installed. I'll do the next video. Thanks for watching.